Welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. I don't know about you, but I am a value investor. I like it when a stock and a company get beaten up a little too much, because to me that's a buying opportunity if you believe in the company. And I don't recommend doing this on stocks that are really speculative. I recommend buying the dip on really established big companies, mega caps and large caps especially, and only if you believe in the company, you've done your research, you've done your due diligence, and you know that it is trading below fair value or intrinsic value. All right, so I'm on MarketWatch.com right now because the first two stocks that I'm looking at for 2019 as possible swing trade candidates, and by swing trade I mean that you might buy it and then hold on to these stocks for days, weeks, months. So crude oil did go down. If we look at the chart, let's go to 1 year, and we'll see in the past year that, yes, crude oil went down from about $75 a barrel, talking about WTI crude here, from about $75 a barrel to about $45 right now. So yes, it went down a lot, but there are a couple of companies here in the oil and gas exploration and production sector here. And again, I'm only going to show you large cap and mega cap stocks, really big ones that have been around for a long time and have plenty of capital. Most of them give decent dividends, and you could either just buy them outright or you can sell a put option, for example. That's another way to buy them, or potentially buy them. So here's one of two stocks from the oil and gas exploration and production sector. This is a huge company called Apache, ticker symbol APA. And so as we saw, crude oil went from 75 down to 45, but Apache really got beaten up here from 50, and it touched 25 recently. That's getting cut in half. That seems a little bit excessive to me. Now the PE ratio is lower, and it's trading, I think, at a bargain price. That doesn't mean it can't go lower. Don't invest in these or buy these, unless you're willing to take the chance that it could go lower. And never invest money that you're not able and willing to lose or to risk. Okay, so this one is really trading at a bargain price. The market just really beat the heck out of it. And then another one that's similar is Schlumberger. Again, oil and gas exploration and production, and it went from 75 to 35 and now 36 and change. That's more than getting cut in half. That's worse than getting cut in half. Okay, so really got beaten up. I think it's possibly due for a bounce. Again, it could go lower. What you could do with either of these, again, either buy the stock outright if you want to, or you can sell a put option. For example, you could sell a 25 strike put option, and that way, instead of buying it at 26.74, you would buy it at 25 if it goes below that, and you would get paid to do that. So you're really buying it at a price below $25 if you sell a put option, because you're getting paid a certain amount of money per share in premium payments. All right, so that's another way to approach it, to buy it at an even lower price. All right, so Apache and Schlumberger, you might want to look at those as possible swing trades for 2019. Let's get into food, shall we? Conagra Brands. If you don't know who they are, I'll show you their website in a moment, but I mean, this really got beaten up. The S&P 500 went down 20% or thereabouts, and this stock went from 39, almost 40, to, it touched 20, and now it's at around 21 and change. I mean, that's almost getting cut in half here. It seems a little bit excessive. Okay, so could it be due for a bounce? Well, again, the PE ratio is much lower than it was before, and it's trading at a bargain, so that's something to look at. And if you don't think you know Conagra Brands, you probably do. They've been around for nearly 100 years. This is ConagraBrands.com, and their brands include, you've heard of these, Slim Jim, Duncan Hines, Healthy Choice, Ready Whip, Orville Redenbacher's, Marie Callender's, Bird's Eye, Pam, Hunt's, so many of them. I mean, Fleischmann's, Parquet, Peter Pan. I could just keep going and going and going. All right. I'm getting hungry from these, aren't you? Smart Balance, Snack Pack, Hungry Man, Jiffy Pop, Hebrew National, Healthy Choice, Bird's Eye. You get the idea. All right. Marie Callender's, Wishbone, the list just goes on and on and on. La Choy, Swiss Miss, and so on and so forth. Egg beaters. All right. So, Crunch and Munch, Chef Boyardee. So many brands. So it's not like this is likely to go bankrupt anytime soon. Probably not. All right. So, it's a pretty safe brand, I would say, if you're interested in buying that. But again, you have to make your own decisions. Don't just buy something because I like it. All right. Speaking of food, speaking of edibles, next one we can look at is Bud. All right. It's Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser beer, right? Very clever. And man, they just got beaten up. My goodness, from around 115 to around 66 now. I mean, my goodness. Is that getting cut in half? Not quite, but fairly close to getting cut in half there in the past year or so. That's kind of excessive in my opinion. I mean, our beer sales down, you can research that if you want to, but come on, for the share price to get cut down that much, it's not as if beer sales got cut in half in a year. Okay, it's not as if that's reasonable. All right, so that's something to possibly look at. All right, and then let's get into FedEx. Really beaten down here from around 265 or so to now around 161. It touched the 160 level. I mean, there's a need for shipping, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. So, could you buy the dip on this one? It's up to you, but I'm liking it. All right, so as a possible swing trade for 2019, that's one you can look at. CAH, Cardinal Health. All right, healthcare. That's something that's not going away anytime soon. I could even see the need for healthcare growing with aging populations. All right, so this one looked like it was going to recover, but didn't happen. Went from around almost 75 to, look at that, 44 and change. Seems a bit excessive to me. All right, Cardinal Health, really just beaten down. So again, PE ratio is going to be lower, looking like a bargain. And then finally, Wynn Resorts, WYNN is the ticker symbol. And be careful with this one. I mean, it's consistently down, all those lower highs and lower lows. But as finviz.com is pointing out, there's a double bottom here. Okay, so it seems the bleeding seems to have slowed down at least, and it's really trading at a bargain from 200 to under 100. Wynn Resorts. Be careful with this one because it is luxury items, cruises and casinos, things like that, resorts. So it's not a necessity, and if there is an economic recession, that could really get hit. So be careful with that one. But look, people say, oh, if this price gets cut in half, I would definitely buy it. But then as soon as the price gets cut in half, people get scared. But that could be the time to get in. You want to buy low and then later on sell high. The safest ones of the ones that I've mentioned so far, well, healthcare is fairly safe, I would think. That's not going away anytime soon. And then food, I mean, we saw all the brands for Conagra, all right? And then, FedEx, shipping, that's not going to go away anytime soon. Now, all these could be hurt by an economic downturn or recession, of course. But I think these might be safer than others. And these are all large and mega caps here. So very unlikely that these are going to go bankrupt. Although anything could happen. I mean, look at what happened to Sears, General Electric, Toys R Us, Kodak, and so on and so forth. Radio Shack. So anything is possible in the markets. All right, I hope these were helpful. These are what I'm looking at right now for 2019. You might want to check them out. And if you want some more help with trading and investing, you can email me. I do coach people. My email address is davidmodell@gmail.com. Hey, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell so you can get updates whenever I put out videos like this. And if you have a comment, what do you like in 2019 for a swing trade? Doesn't have to be a large cap. You can tell me whatever you want. All right, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you again soon.